Hello and welcome to all you wine lovers out there and all you regular viewers of the Cult of Fools. We are discussing one of my favourite wines today. It is, without doubt, the most affordable and best value for money wine that you can get in market, known as Spain's Noble Grape. Today we're discussing and drinking Tempranillo.
Oh hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Tempranillo traces its origins back to the Iberian Peninsula 3,000 years ago when the Phoenicians first settled there. Tempranillo has a massive association with Spain. In fact, 80% of the grapes grown in Spain are of the Tempranillo grape. The most notable offerings are Ribera del Duero and Rioja. As mentioned in a previous Cultured Fools video, Rioja base grape is Tempranillo, so over 80% of Rioja is made from the Tempranillo grape with a mixture of other ones. As for Ribera del Duero, he's actually going to sign for Man City in the transfer window.
This is
Banter.
I would advise you to try and find a Spanish offering of the single variety Tempranillo, not a blend like Ribera del Duero or Rioja, where it's just the pure single 100% Tempranillo from Spain, and I would then compare it to the most famous New World offerings, which are Argentina, America, and Australia. The grape itself grows in very tight clusters of black, thick-skinned berries. Still a piece of garbage. Man, I gotta stop saying that. It's actually an early budding grape, and the rough translation from Spanish to English of Tempranillo is little early one. It's characterised as a sort of medium to full-bodied wine, medium plus tannins, medium minus acidity. Predominantly it's going to taste of red fruits. Depending on where and how it's grown, you're going to get tobacco, leather, a little bit of dill. Similar wines to Tempranillo would be Nebbiolo, Cabernet Sauvignon, Sangiovese. If you're new to wine, I would really get yourself acquainted with Tempranillo. It's so affordable. It always gives you really good value for money. It's such a crowd pleaser. You'll never fail to disappoint people with Tempranillo. I don't know anyone who hates Tempranillo. And it's just the most pleasing wine I think you can get. If you're sitting at home watching Netflix or just chilling out, it's a proper weekday wine. It's beautiful. I'd be interested to know if this is an Australia thing, but it never ceases to amaze me how cheap Tempranillo is in this country, and the wine that you get in return. Even the imports are just ridiculously cheap. If you're on a budget, say no more, fam. If I ever leave the house again, and I'm invited to a soiree, or a happening, or a do, or a party, or a little social occasion, I will be definitely taking a bottle of Tempranillo with me. And look, it's not a Barolo, and it's not a Riesling. You're not going to be taken against your own will into the wilderness of flavour and experience all these sort of highs and lows and all this amazing mouth feel shit that you get with other expensive high quality berries, It's just a banger, and there's nothing wrong with bangers, right? You don't go to a wedding and dance to Miles Davis. You dance to Robbie Williams rock DJ, don't you? Today I am drinking an offering from the Calabria family from South Australia. The label is called La La Land. They actually do a series of very, very sexy wines. They usually retail to about $17 in Australia each. Maybe a little bit of the higher end of town for anyone who's kind of going out for a weekday wine. You will not be disappointed. For their reds, they do the Tempranillo, Pinot Noir, a Grenache, Sangiovese and Malbec, and I think that's it. And the other part of the core range, I believe, is a Vermentino, Pinot Grigio, and a Rosé. So it's a really interesting blend of berries. Obviously, they've got their Pinot Grigio and their Pinot Noir for their, best sellers. But what I like about them is that they're kind of trying to do stuff with new to Australia grapes, and the package is really good, which also helps. So let's get this open. In the Smith household, Tempranillo is the go-to grape, and we have been drinking a lot of La La Land's Tempranillo. So guys, if you're watching, hook me up. Look at that beautiful ruby colour that you can't see from over there. I can assure you it looks absolutely sensational. Getting all those red fruits, getting that vanilla. There's a little bit of spice in there as well, a little bit of pepper. I think I've drunk so much of this stuff I can blind taste it, but let's have a go. It's cherry cola. It's the first thing I think of. It's like Dr. Pepper. Oh, it's fucking good. I have a friend of mine back in the UK. He's a carpenter. He makes amazing furniture. In fact, go and follow him. It's called Coda Studios. Coda, K-O-D-A. Go and follow him on Instagram. He had an expression. He's from the north of England. He had an expression when drinking something and said it would go down like a penguin through a trapdoor. La La Land's Tempranillo goes down like a penguin through a trapdoor. It's interesting, isn't it? Because grapes like Tempranillo, Malbec, Grenache, all the ones that La La Land are, working with, traditionally are, as I've said before, crowd pleasers. But when it's made so well, they cease being crowd pleasers and they go on to being showstoppers. This is a show-stopping wine. And I don't care what anyone says, for like the 16, 17 bucks you're going to pay for it. It's a great wine, it's a great drop, it is a really good interpretation of how one of my favourite grapes can be made to be a beautiful, drinkable wine. Ladies and gentlemen, Tempranillo.